Of offenses that can really stretch defenses thin, Chris, as a former post player. Talk about the advantages of being surrounded by great shooters.
Well, you want to get doubled. I mean, it's the best of both worlds. You can be as aggressive as you want early or late to score as much as you can. Why? Because you want that defense to try to stop you, because when they do, you just get it out to wide open shooters that can knock it down. And when you get double teamed, even the hockey assist or the direct assist to a cat can really get their rhythm going. And then you put the defense in a quandary, a catch-22. Do they stop you? Do they go to the shooters? And when you get the defense kind of thinking off balance like that, you start to have fun when you add back cuts, alley-oops, spin moves, dunks, drive it to the hole, shooters. It turns into a fun game that way.
A lot of options, you're right. Now Sacramento starting 5. Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Bielitsa is out there with Marvin Bagley. And it's Barnes in at the 3. Fox with it, guarded now by Durant. Shoots from 12. Here's Bagley. It's good, and he makes his first shot of the game.
An exceptional leaper with a great motor. Good luck keeping Bagley off the boards.
Irving kicks to LeVert. Shot from 16. Durant. That's good.
Poor design there defensively. They know he's a knockdown shooter from that spot.
Oh, yeah, that's one of his go-to spots. I mean, you have to pressure him in that mid-range area.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Count it. KD's got 6 points.
Man, what persistence on the glass. Durant excels at staying after misses, using all that length and height.
That's going to be over and back. Not watching for the line that time. Fields checked in for Bogdanovich. 1:30 left in the first. Irving attacking Allen. Good, and the assist goes to Irving.
Are you kidding me with that pass? Okay, Kyrie, that one made my day.
And with the signing of Durant and Irving along with DeAndre Jordan, Greg, are the Brooklyn Nets now claiming the mantle for the top team in New York?
Listen, they were already the better team a season ago. After stealing the Knicks' thunder in free agency, acquiring the superstar talent, they're poised to steal the Knicks' cultural relevance as well.
And it's Harrison Barnes with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. So for the Nets, Jordan, he's checked in for Jared Allen. Taurean Prince comes in for Karis LeVert. And Harris subbed in for Irving. Harry Giles is checked in for the Kings. Parker comes in for Bielitsa. Now Hield, following Durant's three-point attempt. Fox passes to Giles. Just 5 to shoot. Three-pointer, Hield. No good, shot missing. And Brooklyn will come the other way. And Katie, here we go.
It's almost strange to see a player with Durant's height have that much speed on the drive. It gets him to the rim with ease.
And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Hield dishes to Fox. Back to Hield. Here's the 3. And the 3 ball is good.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
We see this all too often. You have to be willing to put in the work.
Back to Harris. Pass to KD. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
Look, that's what's crazy about this guy. Inside, deep from 3. But still, he's deadly from mid-range. Durant is as good as anyone from that part of the court.
And so it's Kevin Durant making headlines and highlights for Brooklyn. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. And we'll be back with you shortly. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And taking a look at the Nets' performance here, guys, what jumps out to you, stats-wise?
Well, the offense is clicking, and they seem to have seized the momentum here early on.
Yeah, how many coaches say, we want to start fast? Now, let's see if they can maintain that intensity.
On the court for the Kings as the second quarter gets underway. Joseph and Hield make up the backcourt. Parker out there with Kent Bazemore, and it's Giles in at the 5. Harris's shot is off. Looking at the last game for the Brooklyn Nets, it was a loss to the Warriors in San Francisco.
And he might not be a household name just yet, but Joe Harris is one of the game's true dead-eye marksmen. You can make the case he's the most underrated shooter in the league.
And we're seeing some great ball movement out of this group, guys.
Joseph looking over the floor. To the middle. Here's Giles. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot. Maybe not the most famous beard in the league, but Joe Harris's beard last year, Greg, drawing some notice in the NBA.
The lumberjack look belying his feathery touch. Good size and strength, enabling him to play the small forward position when needed.
Healed outside. Bazemore for 3. Nope, not that time. Nothing for 2 from the field. And here's Chandler, who brings it up for the Nets. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Warriors.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
Here's Joseph. Dinwiddie with the rebound. Nets leading by 4. Here's Prince. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Now a timeout called by Sacramento. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Outside, Fox. Over Irving. Fox, no good.
You expect him to make those. They've got to do more to get a hand in this.
Oh, that was something else.
The phenomenal athleticism from Durant. Man, he's just a tenacious dunker who spikes it in.
The Kings trail by 8.
Pick up the pace, get the 2 for 1 here.
If that's how they want to end this quarter, they're going to have to score quickly.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Stolen by Allen. Inside. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It's going to go on De'Aaron Fox. For Brooklyn, they have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line. He's perfect from the line this time. Here's Barnes. 9-point game his last outing. And the call will be against Caris LeVert. That is his first foul of the game. Stolen by Durant. And here we go. And so it's Brooklyn going into the break with a 10-point lead. They're playing a bruising.
Through 2 quarters, he has been terrific.
Yeah, Greg, this game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
Our second half of basketball and presented by Gatorade. Let's see who's all fueled up and on the floor to start the third. And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Durant plays the 4 with Allen at center. Irving is out there with Spencer Dinwiddie. And it's LeVert in at the small forward.
They need that kind of defensive impact from Bagley. I mean, he's using his size and length to force opponents to be aware of him at that end of the floor.
Here's KD. Good for another bucket. He's made half a dozen now. 6 for 8 on the night. Chris, the NBA has flattened now the draft lottery odds. And now that you've seen it at work, seen it in play, any additional changes you might make?
Well, you know, Kev, I still a wait and see for me. I definitely like the NBA making sure they try to address the problem. You never want a team to think that they can be rewarded for losing. So I like what we've done so far. But, you know, if I'm a GM, if I'm a president, I'm always going to try to find ways to manipulate and find that, you know, those open gray areas. And so I think this is something we're always going to have to address. But I love the fact the NBA has gotten ahead of the problem.
Like the Clippers of a year ago. They looked like, gosh, they've lost all their superstars, but they gave it such a great go. They actually made the playoffs.
Yeah, and it started from the top. I mean, Mr.
Right.
Ballmer said, listen, we do not want to lose. We're going to go in and we're going to play hard. And I tell you what, I think that that's what rewarded them during free agency by able to go out recruit players and say, listen, we don't lose here. We just need you to take us over the top. And I think that's a pretty good recruiting pitch.
Here's Heald. Sacramento again missing.
He's as surprised as anyone with that miss. When he's left alone like that, you can usually count him.
No good from Irving. The Kings trail by 15. Joseph has an open look. Again, the miss by the Kings.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
Come on, you can't be selfish. You got to be willing to make the next pass. Otherwise, you're just predictable.
1:06 left to play in the third. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
It's good. Bagley's got his second basket of the night.
With a multifaceted offensive skill set, Bagley's more than comfortable in the mid-range.
Irving kicks to Chandler. Yes, and it's Irving picking up the assist.
In the mid-range, rarely the hallmark of efficiency in today's NBA, but it is on point tonight.
Top of the key, Bagley. A little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the third. Here's Heald. It's hauled in by DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got his fourth rebound with that last one here tonight.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but it just feels a lot bigger.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
Brooklyn shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game.
And taking a look at their free throw statistics on the season, right around 74%.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Kevin Durant comes in for Karis LeVert, and Harris subbed in for Taurean Prince. And the Kings will go for a different look here. Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for Marvin Bagley. Giles comes in for Bielitsa. Kent Bazemore's checked in for Barnes. And De'Aaron Fox subbed in for Corey Joseph. Fox, shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Outstanding at knifing into the paint. I love how assertive Fox is. I mean, he forces the D to act.
Fox hits them both. Right around 3 minutes into the second half. Irving kicks to Durant. The shot, no good. And so it's Brooklyn taking a 19-point lead into the break. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high. Let's listen now to head coach Luke Walton review the game plan.
Plenty of time. Hey, we on?
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. On the court right now for the Kings, Fox and Bogdanovich pair up at the 1 and the 2. Kent Bazemore is out there with Giles, and it's Holmes in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Irving from long range. The shot that time not on target. And Sacramento will go the other way with it. Bazemore against Harris. Bazemore misses. And it's Dinwiddie with the ball. Bringing it up now for the Brooklyn Nets. Their biggest lead of the game was 21.
I gotta love how Irving forces the issue. He makes the D get aggressive with him. He's skilled at getting to the line.
Some changes for Sacramento. Jabari Parker comes in for Harry Giles. And it's Harrison Barnes in for Kent Bazemore.
Well, when you think about the Kings, you know they are going to let it fly. The team is loaded up on players deadly from outside. They've adapted and embraced the long ball era.
The pass to Durant over Parker. And there's KD. That's good on the assist by Irving. And the Nets lead by 18. The Kings have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. A few possessions into the fourth quarter, just over a minute played. The wide open look here for Fox. And count it from 19 feet away. And the shooting with this Kings team last season, Chris, a major strength, as you said.
Yeah, and their whole offense has benefited from it, Kevin. I mean, they were 4th in the league in three-pointers last year. Finding points won't be a problem for the Kings going forward.
Late in the game, up big, they continue to attack.
And it's not about running up the score. It's about closing the door on any kind of comeback.
It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Dinwiddie covering. And that one's good, Barnes.
And tonight's battle is going to end with a very clear winner, leaving nothing to chance. Impressive win for Brooklyn.
Free throws were a big factor in this one.
You know, it's always great to get a lot of shots at the line, but the key, they were able to convert tonight. You start making free throws, and it can get you the win.
And so taking a look at their season record, this will be win number 31 on the year.
And they've taken control of the season series. This brings them to 2-0 with 1 game left against this squad.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Kevin Durant.
He was extremely efficient offensively, got good looks, and really knocked down big shots all game long.
It's the Nets now. They lead by 14. Here's Irving. That one falls coming off Dinwiddie's feet.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, you know they are, sure. I mean, come on, the finish line is in sight. All they have to do is play it smart.
Oh, and a fast break for the Nets. Irving leading the charge. Dinwiddie with the bucket.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, I love how they play for one another out there. No signs of selfishness. They're just a total team effort.
Bogdanovich, and Durant sends it back.
But Durant has arms that just keep on going and going and going. You aren't going to be able to just get a shot by him.
Outside Irving, from deep. No good that time. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. With DeAndre Jordan, nice win tonight, but I'm sure you're looking at the schedule and up ahead, one of the best teams in the league.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long and good night, everyone.